is hard to imagine when you look at a place like Newfoundland and Labrador that's endowed with such beautiful coastline that there's such a dirty little secret lurking underneath the ocean here. Last night we saw some of the most horrific video you could ever imagine of garbage that exists around the coastline of Newfoundland and Labrador. Two DFO scientists were studying habitat, fisheries habitat, about 10 years ago in 18 communities in Newfoundland, and they discovered that what's on the bottom of the ocean floor is nothing but garbage, everything from washers and dryers to carpets to daily garbage that ends up there thrown off the wharves in the province. So they changed the focus of their research to look at how bad this is. And they went back every year for 10 years and found nothing was improving, but just that the problem was getting much worse. And it seems to be much worse in places that have a pier or a wharf. So people are going out taking their old washers, dryers, barbecues, bicycles even, and dumping them off the edge of the wharf. And they say it is a very disturbing problem that they found absolutely shocking.
And as you said, over 10 years, Chris, and in 18 different communities, so it's not an isolated problem. You were tweeting about this as you watched the video last night and saying the audience was transfixed, probably horrified, and hopefully motivated to do something about it. But what can be done?
Well, these scientists essentially say, you know, cleaning this up is impossible. Some of what they're finding, even, Heather, are artifacts. They're old olive bottles that were thrown from Spanish galleons made of clay, you know, 400 years ago. But the modern garbage is something they say is very difficult to clean up. And the lead researcher on this is Corey Morris from the Department of Fisheries and Oceans. And this is what he had to say when I asked him about what really can be done.
The best thing that we think we can do about that is to try and increase the amount of education and awareness around the issue, given that it's still occurring. So we're hoping that we can improve everybody's knowledge about the topic, and hopefully they can tell others and we can reduce the ongoing problem.
Corey Morris, the lead researcher and environmental researcher at the Department of Fisheries and Oceans, is going to be taking this message. They'd like to get in schools to do screenings of this for various people around the province in community halls and that sort of thing, so that it becomes unacceptable to litter this beautiful coastline that we have here with garbage that's completely unnecessary and can be disposed of in many, many ways, Heather.
Well, here to that message. And Chris, thank you very much. Chris O'Neill-Yates giving us both an important story and a look at a beautiful part of our country this morning, Conception Bay South. Thanks, Chris.